I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that because this is a long weekend for a lot of folks, and there's some great places to see and go visit right here in Louisiana. If you're looking for something to do, you got it right here, huh?
It's all over Louisiana. You're absolutely right. I'll be in a parade in Baton Rouge tonight, in Mandeville tomorrow. There's fireworks shows all over, and just all kind of activities. If you can't find something to do this week in Louisiana, you're not looking.
Let me mention something to you that your folks were telling me about. It seems really interesting. The State Museum Board has approved a study of our museum system. What are they looking at? What are some things you hope they look at and will find?
Well, one thing is I realized after being lieutenant governor for 3 years, for the museum foundations to raise money, we need to let the boards hire and fire the director. That was taken away from them first by Mitch, and then Jay gave them some control back to nominate people, but he ultimately would pick. So I've agreed that I will pass legislation, let them hire the director. But first, I want to make sure we're managing the people's monies right, and we got to put a plan together. We're going to look at including the Secretary of State's museums. We're going to look at, should we have a board in Shreveport, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans, so the people on those boards have a love and passion for the museums in their area, and should they all be together? Then we're going to look at the museums that were given back by the Secretary of State to local government with no funding to run those museums, and come up with a plan to assist them. For instance, if a museum needs a new roof and we can give them a partial grant, they can get some money through raising money, but also help them get the funds they need. And we're going to do that through our private-public partnership. But we want to see all the museums, and we want to market all the museums on a state level, because people come to Louisiana. If they love one museum, they're going to want to see more. And we want to have an easy website that they can go to and learn about all the museums in the state.
When we talk about state parks and staying in the state for your staycations, can you give us an update on some in our area, particularly the Toledo Bend Park? Last time you and I talked about it, we were talking about a public-private partnership, and where are we on that and making improvements at Toledo Bend?
Well, we're working with the local officials to the roads leading into the parks because they need some repairs, and we're doing repairs on all of our roads. We've had a lot of problems with the torrential rains and floodings we've had in areas to keeping those roads in decent shape. But the log cabins, the newly renovated Olympic-sized swimming pool, we're really starting to get our parks in good shape. It's been tough with the budget cuts, but you're absolutely right. The private-public partnership, having horseback riding, we're looking at developing a resort conference center on Lake Pontchartrain. As we get these things, it's going to give us more things to do in the parks, and it's going to generate revenue that's going to give us to improve the parks all over Louisiana. We've got the two-story cabins at Lake Claiborne. We've put new sand on the beach there. So we're continuing to work. We've got a great team out there, and we've got a lot of good private citizens groups that are helping us out and really starting to get in the parks where they're really becoming attractive again.
Another gem in the area is our Lake Bistineau, but when people think of it, they think of Salvinia. Is that still a problem?
No, we've actually done pretty good at getting rid of that. Of course, we've got to be, with warm weather coming, that's when it comes back. But we've got a plan that as it develops, we're going out there and cleaning it before we let it get to where it takes over the lake. And we're going to stay on top of it, also working with wildlife and fishery to make sure we keep that under control. One thing we don't want to do is allow it to get away from us where we've got no access to that water like we've had in the past. So we're going to stay on top of it and make sure we keep that park where you've got water access.
Billy, sorry, I call you Billy every time, and you don't mind.
That's okay. I like it when you call me Billy.
We have a monstrosity of an event coming to Shreveport in less than, right about a month from right now that people probably don't know about. Explain to us about the volleyball event. This is huge.
Absolutely. You know, we're going all over the country now looking for events to bring to all over Louisiana and fit them in the areas where they work. This is a great opportunity to host the International Olympic qualifications for volleyball, the first and only qualifier to be held in the United States, and it's going to be right here in Louisiana, Shreveport. They were held in Poland, China, Brazil, Russia, and Italy, and now Shreveport, Louisiana. So it's just another event that brings a great attention from all over the world to Louisiana. And when we host events like that, it's not only good for the local community and brings something new, but it gives us that national and international exposure that has a ripple effect of bringing more and more people to Louisiana.
This qualifier is going to be held at the CenturyLink Center August 2nd through 4th. General public can just get tickets and go up and watch. Some of these volleyball teams are going to be in the Olympics.
And when you see it in person, it's nothing like on TV. It's kind of like basketball. It doesn't look, when you see it in person, it's pretty incredible how those professional athletes move and handle that ball. It's something to see in person.
It absolutely is going to be a spectacular event. I do want to thank you, by the way, because I just got back from my trip to New York, and you sent me a big box of Louisiana goodies to pass out, which was very well received, and they loved it. And I encouraged everybody that I met and ran into to visit Louisiana. So I appreciate that.
Well, I thank you, because that works. When we go places and talk to people about coming here, we have such love and passion for Louisiana. That's our best salesman, is our people.
Absolutely. Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser, thanks for your time this morning, and have a happy 4th, and don't burn the brisket like I did on Memorial Day, all right?
Okay, y'all have a happy 4th.
Take care, Billy.